Hey guys, Rick and Duke. Welcome to another episode of War HOGG Words of Wisdom, coming to you live from one hacker way in Oppression Lane. That's right. So in this episode, we're going to talk about Spybook. More of that in a second. Let's hold up a little historical entity to get this thing kicked off. So for those of you on YouTube, you can see the sign that I'm holding. I got the Deutsche Demokratik, or excuse my Deutsch, German Democratic Republic, right? So my East German sign, very proud of it. Still got my paint on there. This is actually a Cold War relic from East Germany, right? Why am I showing this, right? Why? Because unbeknownst to us, old Spybook, that's right, old Zuckerberg has been spying illegally against American citizens via the FBI, and it just blows me away. And nobody's jumping up and down at it, right? So it's funny, I've got this little document here. Constitution of the United States, right? Funny how I always got this thing, always referring to it. Now, the old federales told Zuck to spy on Americans if they gave any anti-establishment or wanted to buck the 2020 elections. Interesting. Because they were considered extremists. You mean like the extremist I fought overseas for this country? Because I pledged an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic? But shocking, I've got a copy of my book. I refer to it, but they don't. Interesting. Let's take a look here at the First Amendment. Wonder what that bad boy has to say. Congress shall make no laws respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free speech exercise therefore, or the abridging of the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right of the people to peacefully assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. Well, I'll be. It says right there I can pretty much say what I want. I can question the government, right? It's all right here in the Constitution. Yet old Uncle Joey is up there stirring the pot, instilling fear in the American people, right? You don't even know your own book. And come on, Americans, let's get on board and slap these people down. Because then you have people like old Mike Liddell, the pillow guy, right? Federales decide they're going to pull up on him when he's trying to get him some delicious Hardee's hamburger. Wouldn't be my nutritional choice, and want to seize his phone. Seize his phone. Seize his property. I wonder what amendment that covers, huh? Bet you there's got to be one in there. Oh, yeah. It's in my book. Let's look at the Fourth Amendment. The right of the people to secure their persons, house, papers, and effect against unreasonable search and seizure. So they wanted to take his phone because he was openly admitted he didn't agree with the 2020 election. Questioned it, right? As did a bunch of people. Against unreasonable search and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So again, guys, when the federales knock on your door, because God knows this thing's probably going through some Google algorithm or Spybook algorithm or the Stasi algorithm or something, because we all know the algorithms are out there, and they're probably picking up that I mentioned, the 2020 election, right? And then the federales are going to come knock on my door. And what do you think the first question I'm going to ask them is? Show me the warrant, right? Because we have rights. And in Mike's case, I do believe, hey, man, show me some identification, number one, to even prove who you are. And they're like, give me the phone. Show me the warrant. Because here's the bottom line, guys, right? They want to sit there and make this argument about abortion and how it's a constitutional violation. I've yet to find it in my copy of the Constitution. So I guess in wokeness land and fairyland, in where you think it's okay to abuse children and remove their genitals and everything else, why we're not throwing parents in jail, I sidebar that for another discussion. But you don't even know the Constitution of the United States. So because I speak my mind, because, yeah, the First Amendment gives me the right to free speech, right? It gives me the right to question the government. And then you want to sit there and send the Stasi, whether it's your big tech geeks screening through my messages that I'm sending to other people, which, oh, by the way, unless the government's asked for it, it's illegal. But Zuck was sitting there sending them to him because the feds just asked, hey, man, this stuff pops up on your algorithm. You zip it our way. So, the bottom line, guys, is it's getting more and more. Don't trust big tech, right? Don't trust anybody. The federales are getting to the point where you can't trust them either. So they're supposed to be supporting we the people. Yet I'm telling you, let me get my East German border marker back. It's starting to feel more like this, right? But it's weird because it's a porous border where we just let anybody in. And then it's funny because all these states go, oh, let them in. I think we're estimated over 2 million just this year. 2 million. Now, they want to call them migrants, right? No way. They're illegal. Illegal. They have entered this country illegal, right? Don't church up the name. Call it what it is. They're illegal. And oh, by the way, they're out there murdering people, raping people, stealing people's property, killing people's animals. I mean, it's a teetotal mess. Yet, this current administration, you got the federales acting like the East German Stasi. You got big tech, which is like all the people used to be in East Germany spying on each other. And again, throwing each other under the bus because, hey, if I throw my neighbor on the bus, then they're not going to look at me. If you guys are looking for a great book, Special Forces Berlin, highly recommend it. Recommend you start doing some research, people, right? Start looking at East Germany and the silliness going on. See what the Soviets were doing. Man, you're slowly losing your rights because you don't know your rights. The whole thing about this abortion deal, that was a 10th Amendment, right? I'm not going to tell you what it is. Go look it up because that's what it was. What did we fight our Civil War over? 10th Amendment. Shocking, right? It's factual. But we dump off some illegals in Martha's Vineyard. They're all up in an uproar. You dump them off to Chicago, and old Susie up there, man, she's all spinning, but she's a sanctuary city, so she's blowing a gasket. Now she wants federal help. You've got these southern states that are just, people are pouring over the border. Yet we just let them run amok in the country, right? Don't care about it. But God forbid you just question, right? Because shockingly, Kamala, 2018, she questioned the 2016 election, right? She's like, oh yeah, them voting machines, yeah, they were hacked or beat, or we've proved it or something. I forget. She worked like in the Senate Intelligence Committee. But it's shocking how when they don't get their way, they can question it. And they're all on record, right? Rick's just not dreaming this stuff up. It's out there. It's their words. And then they're sitting there wanting to smash us. They're wanting to take our rights. Inflation is out of control. You got to sit there and make a choice. Are we eating beanies and weenies? Or are we going hungry tonight? Because most families are struggling hard. Gas prices still up. Wages are down. Cost of goods out of control. And these savages don't seem to bat an eye. I think Governor Abbott dropped a couple busloads off in front of the Naval Observatory. In front of Kamala's house, right? She got plenty of space up there. I've been up there. It's a big joint. Let him in. Border secure. Those were your words there, sweetheart, right? Never seen the border. But it's secure. We're just living in bizarro land. But I just ask you guys, get you a copy of the Constitution, read it, understand it, see exactly what it's telling you so that you're a little more educated. So when the old Stasi knocks on your door, you sit there and go, you got a warrant? Nope. Beat it. Because you still got rights. The bottom line is you still have rights, although they're being violated every day. So if it were me and I wanted to have a grievance with somebody, I sure wouldn't use Spybook. Nope. And if you're putting your information in there, your real information, shame on you. I mean, I got it. War HOGG Tactical's on there just because I use it as a platform to market my business. Yep. Do we do firearms? That's what we do. Am I penalized for it? Yep, I most certainly am. I'm more than shadow banned. Reach gets nowhere. Followers get dumped left and right because I'm in a space that worries them, concerns them. And I'm sure it doesn't help with On the Range podcast and War HOGG Words of Wisdom, me speaking my mind, which the Constitution of the United States gives me that right. And which, by the way, for 29 years, and I still do support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. You know, you're out there labeling people like Mike Glover, myself, pretty much. If you're a MAGA, right? Make America Great Again, Republican, I care less about parties. I just want a great country, right? So if you want to MAGA, Make America Great Again, you're an extremist, somehow a threat to this country. No, you're a threat to the current establishment that wants to oppress you. Shockingly, if you look at my Special Forces crest above, the oppressor libere, to free the oppressed, right? Man, it's getting crazy. And I hate to do these political ones, man. But here's the bottom line, guys. We're getting close, depending on when this airs, and we're in that 50-day mark. Midterm elections coming up. You guys, I need you to take a close look. They're going to try to scare you. They're going to try to instill fear. I sure wouldn't communicate DMs on Spybook for nothing because they're sucking all that data. And trust me, they run it through an algorithm, right? So I can tell you, stick up a post, boom. Because think about it. If I put a post, depending what hashtags I have, the bots are already out there, right? So, wow, if the idiot bots can already do that, what do you think Spybook's doing? They're already running through their stuff, right? Instantaneously, boom, first picture. Phew. AI sitting there going, oh, you got something that violates. Then they're sitting there running through, hey, what words you got in there? Oh, that's a violation. What hashtags? Oh, violation, right? They got you dead rights. So now they're doing it. So you think your DMs are within that, I would say, Fourth Amendment window. They're not. They're sucking all that data, right? It's their platform. You're pretty much giving them permission. They're tracking your IP. They got all your pics, facial rec. They're doing all that stuff, right? They're basically sucking all your data for all they can. And then you sit there and wonder why you get all this junk mail. I guarantee they're selling your crap as well. I guarantee Zuck's selling all your info. Because think about it. He's a sellout to the government. Feds sit there and go, do this. What's he do? Yellow belly rolling his back. Why? Because they've got him. He perjured himself in front of Congress, and I guarantee they're stiff-arming him. It's like, dude, you either do this or you're going to the clink. And he's rolling over scared yellow belly. Had he just been truthful and said, yeah, we manipulate, we adjust. They told him, think about it. Here's the same federales that's supposed to be protecting you that told him to oppress the Hunter Biden story. This is how much power these people have, right? This is how much power big tech has. So they'll sit there that Spybook will say, oh, Zuck's got 40,000 employees concerned about your safety. Yeah, you're damn right. They're concerned about your safety. They're sucking through your data and they're reading it. And I will tell you this, when the 2022 reckoning happens and your representatives get up in Congress, the first thing I would tell them, if it were me, number one, shut that border down. Number two, unscrew all this crazy spending. Number three, you better get the Stasi in check and get Zuck in check. Check big tech. I'd say if it were up to me, yank them. Be done with them. Chuck them in the ocean because they don't do anything. You look at all the sidebar effects trying to push their woke agenda, you know, sitting there trying to manipulate children to sit there and think there's something that they're not. And then they're abusive parents that, you still believe in Santa Claus? Yeah, but you don't want to be a boy. You want to be a girl. And doing catastrophic things. Unbelievable what's going on in this country. We need to turn it around. We need to get some values. We need to get God back in this country. And you know what? We got to have some respect for that flag behind me. That red represents the very blood of some of your family members, some of my friends that have been shed for our very freedom. And we've seemed to forget the Constitution of the United States gives us certain rights, and those rights are being trampled on. So I just ask you, my fellow Americans, this midterm coming up, start really taking a hard look at these representatives that can potentially represent you, because they're supposed to represent their constituents. If you can find a town hall meeting or you can track them down, do that face to face. Grip their hand, look them in the eye, and trust me, you'll tell what kind of person they are. Are you a crooked thief like the rest of them? Old Pelosi doing inside trader dealing, but you don't want to change that. Or is it somebody that's actually going to fight for you, represent you, your beliefs? And that's the person you want to get in there. But I will tell you this, all is not lost. They're trying to make us weak. We are far from it. You got to stand up, guys. Make sure you get out there and vote. Don't let them trample on our rights. And if it were up to me, I'd totally ditch old Spybook and the rest of it. If you're going to send a message to somebody, find a secure app. Get an encrypted app and send messages that way. Am I paranoid? Nope. But the trust issue, I mean, really, going after people, it would be different if they were going after terrorist organizations, right? Like the umpteen gazillion people we got coming across the border, we have no idea who they are, right? It would be different if they were targeting them, and I got it. I know how to target bad people. But why? You want to target people because as an American citizen, I opt to use my First Amendment and go, you know what? I question the results. I've got questions. Can you show me the proof the voting machines weren't hacked? Weren't this? It's just questions, right? I know the Hog House, we got only 2 registered voters here, and we got, I think, 8 ballots. What's wrong with just asking questions? That'll probably cause me a visit from the federales, but that's all right. For what? Last time I checked, I got the First Amendment right to say so. And oh, by the way, if you want to come in my house, you better get a warrant. And it's just not to enter my premises. You better be looking for what? My hate speech? I don't think I said anything hateful. I just merely questioned the establishment, which I'm perfectly entitled to. And I just ask you guys to do the same. But just be careful out there, guys. So with that being said, find those people that's going to represent you. Read the Constitution. Understand exactly what each amendment's saying. You know, shockingly, one of them talk about slavery. But we don't seem to bat an eye at human slavery in this country. But I digress. Anyway, guys, make sure you swing by warhog.com. Check out the firearms training notebook, the In Honor of Duke Loop Leash. Sign up for our newsletter. Trust me, I don't bombard you with a bunch because doing 20,000 other things to try to keep you at least monthly up to date what's going on. You can also check for, we got a couple classes coming up, so make sure you guys check that out. And do us a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, rating, review, all that other stuff. If you're listening to this episode, just leave us a book for a review so that way you know you're kind of looking at the Constitution. Again, just trying to play silly games to get this algorithm to help get it out there. If you like what you heard, pass it to your friends and family. That's the only way we're going to get this thing going, because really big tech is super suppressive. So anyway, guys, keep your head up, stay strong. Your accountability check. Make sure you're done your dry fire training. Make sure you're working out. Make sure you're getting your mind right. Be good with God. Look for that good deed and be grateful. I'm grateful every single day that I'm I'm on this side of the dirt. You guys take care. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless our troops. And God bless the United States of America. Rick and Duco out.